And
Yo,
we are
yo,
live.
yo.
Yo,
Who's
welcome to
alive?
episode what? 13?
Yeah, that's right. Episode 13, people. Lucky 13.
That that's right. We're one above what Levi is.
Hell yeah, we're always one upping him.
Let's let's go one above Levi. So it went good last night, huh?
Yeah, there were like 15 people. Like, there were like 15, maybe 10 comics at least, maybe 12. There's a lot. I lost track. And then there was like a crowd too. There was like another dozen, maybe 14 people there to see it. So it's like, cool, all right, it's coming back. That's good.
Very good.
Yeah, how was All Stars tonight?
Mm. It was good. It was good. We had a pretty decent crowd. I had some people come out to see me from work. Danny and Sean went up, and then there was one other comic that went up that has been there a couple times. He's a bald dude with a beard. I think his name's John, and he was good too.
Well, good.
Oh yeah, it was a good night.
It's awesome.
Good night. I worked out some new shit there, so that's always fun.
Hell yeah.
I had something about. I'm sure you've seen that Egyptian guy that burned the Jews this weekend.
That's
But
fucked up.
I did something
Yeah.
about that.
Fuck
Like,
that.
why are they always trying to burn us?
Yeah.
Like, why is it that they always got to try and burn us? Do
Yeah.
they think that that's what's necessary to kill us?
We're not
Only
witches.
fire can destroy them.
That's very funny. Yeah, they don't
It's
think
so
we're witches, do they?
I don't know. But it does seem like burning and Jews. Like, why? Why does it always come down to that? And dude,
Yeah.
screw this guy. Like this crazy ass guy. There were people out there. There were people out there protesting to get hostages home, and this guy takes off his shirt and lights us on fire. Like,
Yeah.
how is that an appropriate response? Like,
Well, and
dude,
that's
you can
following
just
the
you
that's
could just
following
hate
the
us from
shooting
like
at the
over
embassy.
there.
That's following the shooting at the embassy in DC.
What's that?
In DC, there is that shooting.
Yeah.
The two
Yeah,
Israelis
the embassy
diplomats were
at
shot.
DC.
Yeah. And they weren't, that's two anti-Semitic hate crimes right next to each other. So what the fuck?
It's
Supposed to be
nuts.
America.
Hey, I don't know if it's you or if it's me, but am I chopping up over there? Because you're a little
Oh, my
choppy over here.
choppy. I have I might not have a great connection.
Yeah.
I'll move around. Sorry about that.
All right, cool.
Let me try moving.
No,
and see
it's
if
all good.
any better.
It buffers and uploads in the background, so I think we'll be all right as long as
Is
you
it any
keep the
better?
session up. Yeah. Let's see.
Yo,
I think so.
hell yeah.
Still a little bit blocky, but yeah, you're back. Your image is back. All right, good. Nobody burned you to death. Awesome.
Yeah, man. I have not been burned yet.
Yeah,
Unburnt and unbroken.
yeah.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
That was just a thought I had.
That's a good
why
ass shit, dude.
why does it always got to resort to fire? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Why does it have to go that
Like, yeah,
direction?
what do they think we are?
Yeah.
Like, are we monsters on Supernatural?
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on,
damn it,
we're not
dude.
werewolves.
You're reconnected now. All right.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're
Yeah.
not supernatural creatures. We're human
Yeah.
beings just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Do we like money? Yeah, but who doesn't? Who
Yeah.
doesn't? We just
Also,
happen to
let's
be
point
like,
out, we were forced to
associated with
deal.
it, but like everybody
We were
is.
made to be bankers for thousands of years in Europe. They made us handle money because Christians weren't allowed to charge interest. Look it up. It's a real thing. So, no one else is
Boom.
allowed to be bankers. That's why we like money and we're good at it. If that even is a real true thing that's true of all Jews, which I doubt.
Well, and at this point, yeah, dude, I'm not great with money, but I like it, and I don't know many people that don't like money.
Who's
Like
anti-money?
it always
What
gets
the
associated
fuck?
with Jewish people, but right.
Yeah.
Communists, communists are not anti-money. Like they're just anti-working for that money. They want the free money.
Yeah.
I should be able to just
Yeah,
watch
they're not
YouTube
even
videos all
anti-money.
day and live in a mansion.
They just redistribute it.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to redistribute. Yeah, your wealth, my wealth, meaning hey, whatever you make, they deserve some of because they don't
Everybody
want to
gets
do
beats
that.
and toilet paper. Like, okay, how's that a
Yeah.
country?
It's not. It's not. There is no utopia. Like that's what I find friggin' hysterical about it is like people that think you can achieve utopia. It's like, yo, you've met people before, right? Like there's
Yeah,
no utopia.
there's
At my proof, meet another human being. Like especially the communists. It's like, well, you're not going to work, and you expect what? So you want everybody else to be your slave, basically, and
one,
like you can
people are
take
going to
their
be
money.
at the
It's
bottom.
not
People
very,
are going to be
not
lazy.
very
'Cause what's the
progressive.
incentive? What's the incentive to work, right? So that's an issue. Then also, there's no way to
Right,
run it
none.
from the top in a way that isn't corrupt. There's just that much power
Right.
immediately corrupts any person. You can't then be a
Yeah,
communist.
it
After
en-
that, you're a dictator. So
exactly, and like
it's
that's what holds it. That's what holds it together all the time.
yeah,
Like Cuba, Venezuela, the Soviet Union, North Korea, and
yeah.
like people will say crap like, "Well, real communism's never been tried." It's like, no, it has. It has. It's definitely been tried. That's real. Yeah, and these people, yeah, well, it works exactly as intended. Like that's the logical conclusion of a communist government is that like, hey, there's always some sort of metric in which you're going to be oppressor and oppressed, and like once you've killed off all these people, there's going to be another metric that you got to kill
Even
off
if you
people
have to
by,
go
and there's
overseas,
always
right?
like,
You always have to find someone to free somebody from. Yeah, never.
yeah, yeah. The point of 1984, like it was, they were always at war. Like so, you need an
And even
enemy,
at the
and then they
end,
were always at war with like a foreign enemy.
yeah, even
Yeah,
at the end,
they
you've got
kill
the
him.
Phoenix,
Even
which just shows it's a circle. Everything burns down, then it's born again. It's like, all
hmm
right, this is all a fucking circle. It's nuts. It's
that's
so crazy.
100% what it is. So all you crazy kids that are wanting communism, it like 100% leads to genocide 100% of the time. It's
Yeah.
really been tried. And like in the Soviet Union, they had this phrase that was, "We pretend to work, they pretend to pay us," which is really good because, like,
It's a good
yeah, you
summary.
disincentivize everybody. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't get this like bastion of. There wasn't a whole like artistic boom in the Soviet Union. It was like, no, 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 no. Any art can be offensive to somebody, so it's like state propaganda only. You don't get free expression. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. People are really short
So,
sighted.
so I got a good story, right?
Yeah, go.
Speaking of people and people being weird. So here's a good story. So, like I've noticed that some people have this idea that the thoughts that they think everybody else actually thinks too. And a lot of people don't verbalize that, but like every so often you'll get somebody that does. Right? So I
Mhm.
worked with this one guy that posed a hypothetical and it was really like staggering. So he goes, "All right, your dream girl is in the woods and she dies. It's like she drops dead. She's dead. What do you do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Check for a pulse. Go to the road." And he's like, "No, no, no. There's no road. It's very far away. There's no chance help could get there." I'm like, I guess hightail it out of there and like get somebody to get the body. He's going, "Oh, come on. Nobody'll know." Like,
Nobody will
no, no,
know
no. But
what.
I'll know. Like, I'll know. And
To
yeah,
bang a dead
exactly.
chick? That's
Nobody.
fucked
He's
up.
like, yeah. He goes,
Wow.
you wouldn't bang her. I'm like, dude, it's still a. I'm like, and I said, man, it's a corpse. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, 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 it's not a corpse. And here's the thing, rigor mortis hasn't set in.
Like,
Like,
so
yo,
what the
it's still
fuck?
it's a dead body, man.
Yeah.
Like that. And his idea, his
Crazy.
takeaway from that, he went and asked everybody, and everybody except like one other person said, "No, I like absolutely not. I would try and like get help or like I'd get her out of there." His conclusion was that everybody was lying except the one person that agreed with him. Like, dude, there's not overwhelming support for necrophilia. Like, people still
Not in
consider a
right
dead
now.
body a dead body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Still a crime.
crazy.
It's illegal and
It's
immoral.
still a crime, and like yes. And my whole thing was like, because he's like, "Oh, nobody would ever catch you, nobody would ever know," and it's like, yeah, but my thing is like, I'd know, yeah, and you got to look in the mirror every morning, like, yo, I just like banged a corpse, Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's
Also,
not
there's
something you
no
want to
way you
carry
don't
around
get
with you.
diseases
And
from that. There's no way. Like,
yeah,
how do you do that
and even if
safely?
you
And the
don't,
smell,
even if
the execution of
well,
that is
his
disgusting.
his whole his enticement. So he was throwing out bits of enticement, right?
Did the
He's
hot
like,
girl
well,
shit
it's still
herself
warm.
also?
Like,
Because, like,
yeah, that happens too. That's right.
yeah, there's like a
The
lot of
bloat hasn't set
downside.
in.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
nuts. Dude.
And my whole thing is like the moral implications. Like, look, I get that nobody would find out and you wouldn't get caught, but like, you
You
do
still
have
gotta live
my
with
whole
that.
thought while he was having this conversation is like, yeah, like this dude doesn't have a conscience. Oh,
Yeah,
these are those people,
yeah.
because there was no way that he didn't
So how
believe
many
me at
people
all.
was
He was
there?
like, you're
It was.
lying. Like,
It
no,
sounds like you hit the number
probably
of people
probably
that are psychopaths statistically.
it was probably close to 35 people that he asked.
Wow.
You asked
So yeah,
35 people and only two say, yeah,
2 and
yeah.
35 are
Well, there were a lot of
psychopaths.
engineers
That's
there, and
believable.
2 and 35 are going for the dead body.
That's
And
wow.
yeah, I'm not gonna mention any names, but
Yeah,
him and
let's
the
say
other
their
guy
home
that
address
said,
of where they live.
yeah. Well, I can tell you this much: him and the other corpse banger,
Yeah.
were fired because they were talking about coming in to shoot up the workplace. So yeah, it tracks. They're psychopaths.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird when they
Yeah,
get together
that
and
was
there's
why they
like
got
2
fired.
of them because they're usually lone wolves.
Uh-huh.
So when they, it's always bad when they start hanging out.
Oh yeah. Once
Never
they
good.
bonded, like those people will come up with some horrible ideas. And yeah,
Yeah.
the final horrible idea was, hey, let's shoot up the workplace. And they found it through email and were like, all right, we got to let them both go. So you think
That's gotta be
You
it,
know?
folks.
that might be a good interview question though? Like that could that that's a good way on an interview to see what you're dealing with. Like just throwing it out there.
Yeah. I'm just asking.
I had the idea. I had an idea, like, and I've done this on some interviews where you ask the person, like, "Hey, what is a woman?" And if
Yeah.
they can't answer that, it's like, "All right, this person is going to be that person in your workplace." Like, dude, it's an adult human female. You got to drop that shit. Like, that shit's got to stay at college, or in your friend group. Like, when you're at a workplace where there's actual, like, women, they know what they are. And, like, if you're going into their restroom, they're going to freak out.
Yeah.
So,
Also, the jokes on trans people, like, you don't want to go in a women's bathroom. They're actually disgusting in there. I bet they're mad.
that is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got to sit down for everything. Like, my wife has told me she's told me some horror stories. She's like, they're like disgusting.
I'm sure.
Like,
crazy.
because, I mean, like, you don't ever want to think of your woman as having the ability to take a dump. But, like, yeah, obviously they do. And it's like, I've been to Target. I've seen some huge bitches. Like, those people taking dumps look like they'd be messy.
Messy shitters.
Ones that have like 400 pounds of makeup in the cart and like 350 on their back.
That's going to be a big shit. And it's a little female
It's gonna
toilet.
be huge.
It's not built for that. That's not up to code.
It's not a male toilet.
It's not zoned for that.
I clogged a toilet in a. I clogged the toilet recently at work. That's always fun.
Skibbity toilet.
And like it was one of those that I clogged the shit out of that skibbity toilet, and it was one of those where like you're plunging it, and it's like, yo, it ain't going down, and you flush it again, and you're throwing the plunger in there, and then the water's coming up, and you're like, this might overflow. Like we could have a flood in here. That always sucks at work, man. Have you ever done that?
Okay.
Have you clogged the toilet at work yet?
But no, that has to be panic. That's scary. Not like that at all.
Yeah, it's it ain't fun.
I bet. Shit.
It is not fun. Like I I don't know that I've ever clogged it at like an airport or anything, but I've seen them clogged at Tampa where like you
Yeah.
go in and it's like Yo, with the auto flusher, it's like sitting almost towards the rim. It's still trying to flush, and
Never
like
gonna get
it's sucking
there.
a little bit down, but yeah, that's
It's never
rough,
gonna
man.
make it. That's so tough. You
I
can take a big
I hate crapping in
dump in
public.
Tampa. You can't take the big dump out of the toilet.
No, you
Yeah.
don't want to pull the poop out of your toilet with your hands. There's
So
no
you can't
plunger
even
there.
flush it, really. Like, you know, if
Yeah,
it's too big. Yeah.
don't be a hero.
Yeah.
If you get that stall, don't be a hero. Don't
What
be the
about
guy that's
instead
like,
of,
hey, I'm going to give a courtesy flush, because then you're associated with it.
What about instead of first responders, you got turd responders? That's what we start calling plumbers. Ma'am, I'm responding to an
Yeah,
emergency. I'm a turd
You
responder.
got those, man.
Oh, fuck, flip that.
They exist, you know?
Excuse
Will
me, ma'am,
do.
I'm a turd responder.
Yeah. I hear you did some damage in there, miss. No,
Look, I'm
like
gonna have to
nobody,
charge you
dude,
for
nobody
this.
goes and gets maintenance when they screw up a toilet.
Yeah, you just handle
Nobody
it
get like.
yourself.
Have you ever gone to get? I don't. Yeah, like, dude, if there's a plunger in there, I'll deal with it. But like, if I clog it and there's no plunger, like, I'm not going to get somebody. But excuse me, I just took a huge dump and I clogged your toilet. Like, if there's a maintenance guy in there, yeah, if there's a maintenance guy in there, I'll let him know. Exactly, and that's it. You know. So you know the urinal rules, right? You ever see that diagram where it's like a row of urinals and there's a guy drawn in here and like a guy drawn in the middle, and it goes, which urinal do you take? And it's always the one that's furthest away. It's never between the two guys. I just think it's funny. That's one of those unwritten rules that like every guy knows. You know, you don't have to articulate that shit. No, I always hate when I'm taking a piss where there's like a whole bunch of open urinals and then like somebody comes in and it's usually a drunk dude or a gay dude, and they come in and stand next to you and start talking. It's like, yo, I don't like conversations when I'm pissing. No, that's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look, there are exceptions when it's people you know, right? I think it's always weird when it's people you don't, though. Yeah, it's not as bad. Yeah, there's etiquette. There's etiquette. Like, dude, I have like sometimes a hard time getting started. Like, you know, it doesn't want to come out. And if somebody talks to me, it's like it disrupts me. Even my wife, like if she comes in while I'm starting to take a piss and then starts talking, it goes back in. It's like, cuts it off midstream. You know? Yeah. I don't know what that is. It's probably something wrong with my prostate. Yeah. They scare the piss back into me. You know? Oh, no, man. That, dude, I'm an option 2 all day long, Jake. Option 2, buddy. And eating the piece of shit. So option 1 was S in the D till completion. Option 2 is eating the shit. That's what we call it, you know? I think that's very fair. Option 2, yes. That's what we do. So at work, I've asked people that. Yeah, if you would ask anybody that I work with or that I've ever worked with in the last 5 years, like option 1 or option 2, they'll know. And you mentioned my name, they'll know what you're talking about. Yeah. What option are you? Yeah. And if it's an option 1, then you've met Gabe, Danny, or Corey. I'm not gonna throw out last names, but I'll throw out some first names. Fuck it. Yeah. Well, you just made some sounds. We can always post-process sounds in. So I got my Stream Deck. Here. See that? Yeah. You could tie that to yeah, this thing's pretty dope. I got the new mic. I got it to stop cutting out. What's that? Oh, this will so if I'm on Streamlabs, it'll start recording. It'll change through scenes. You can mute it. You can pause recording. Yeah, you can pull up like YouTube videos, mute the sound. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's Elgato Stream Deck. So I'm slowly investing in crap over time. You know, like I got the green screen, I got the mic. I'm definitely getting another one of these microphones and a headset for it. So when you come over here, we can do monitoring. You know. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I think sponsors would be great. Yeah, don't feel guilty. Yeah, don't feel guilty. And the sponsors, if you want to tell us like what option you are, we'll let the whole world know. Like, hey, look, we're a sponsor and we support the LGBT community. We're going with option one. Like, I work with a dude who's yeah, Will S the D. I work with one of the dudes I work with that picked option one. Like, his wife's woke. I'm like, man, if he didn't pick option one, she'd be pissed at him. Like, if she ever found out, like, So I wonder if it's like a real option one or a guilt option one. Because there are people that are like that. Like the people that get those people that get like mad when you laugh at something that they find offensive. You know those people I'm talking about? Yeah, I find that such a weird phenomenon. It's mostly women. Danielle will do it. She's gotten better with it over the years, but there are times. Yeah, they usually have one or are one. If they don't have one, then they are one. Yeah, that is absolutely how it goes. Like, yo, just moving on. Yeah, I like when people get offended on behalf of people that aren't there and that they don't know. Like, hey, I tell a gay joke and somebody right, right, or don't know anybody or associate with those people. Like, hey, you can't say that about gay people. It's like, wait, dude, you're not gay, and like you don't know any gay people. I know all the people you know. You don't know any gay people. Stop that shit, Or like, oh, you can't say that about lesbians. No, I can. I most certainly can. I had a room. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's a way of like morally plain about. Yes. Like, yo, and I also don't believe that like I'm punching down. Like, if you're saying I'm punching down when I talk about anybody that isn't a straight white guy, you're implicitly saying that straight right. But the racism in that is that you're saying that straight white guy, you're saying that straight white guys are better than everybody else by saying that, by even implying that I'm punching down. And I don't believe that. Yeah, right. It's insulting and racist. Right. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, and things weren't always like that, which is right, right. And you're doing it correct. And you're doing it from a place of trying to be funny. Like there's a huge difference between like targeting a group of people to like hate versus targeting a group of people to make fun of. Like I find that with jokes like all right, the mean-spirited shit, like the mean-spirited shit you can separate from like the actual jokes. And like, how do you know it's mean-spirited shit? If I'm calling to assault these people or kill these people or, I don't know, lighting them on fire. Lighting them on fire might be something. Like, I see shit, right. Exactly. Right, right. Twist your testicles, maybe self-flagellate elsewhere. Don't flagellate me. Yeah, all right, start rapping. Yes. Anyone but or no Hezbollah, no ISIS. Yeah. Yeah, we'll wear hats. We'll wear hats. We'll wear shirts. What you got coming up? Nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, so on June 27th, we're doing Charlie Foxtrot. Charlie Foxtrot down in Port Charlotte. It's going to be an open mic. Starts at 7:30. We're calling it open season and trying to get them to invite us back after the first time. So bring your A game if you're going to come and do open mics, because we're trying to get this spot from here going forward. So, really pumped about it. What's that? Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll do that. So I'm gonna have a poster. I'm gonna need a headshot from you. So I know it's gonna be you, Sean, Danny, me, Eli, Samson. So yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it, and we're gonna have it from here going forward. I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna throw that out there. Do a little bit of what is it called? The Secret. Yeah, I'm coming. Oh God, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come too, but not at the same time. Yeah, so it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna nail this spot, and then we're gonna just keep getting more spots. Big beautiful spots. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, man. All right. So I think that about does it for me. That do it for you? All right. Virtual high five. Hey, anytime, bud. You too, man. Later. Peace.